The first few days of school are really classroom building. We do start academics, but the emphasis is really having students understand the expectations. I feel like the key to classroom management is really high expectations, and they will surprise you and rise to meet them. You do not have to be the strict, non-smiling teacher, and I think kids will understand that you can have a balance of business and pleasure, and that's what I strive to have in my own classroom. Understanding what are they interested in, what motivates them. Some kids really appreciate just words of praise. Some need something more material like a sticker or a treasure box that will motivate them. As part of behavior management, they need consequences, and they need you to be consistent with your consequences. I have a clip system. It's a color chart. It's a reverse rainbow. Every day the kids start out on green, and for making great choices, being a good friend, being a good helper, they get to clip up to blue. And then there's this prestigious purple that we have. And my kids know that to earn purple, that's going above and beyond, and that's that character piece. That's doing the right thing when nobody's watching you. The kids also have an opportunity to move down when they need reminders. Some kids, the reality is they need more reminders than others, and it goes back to that awareness of what your kids need. For some of my students, I have alternative seating options. We have an exercise ball for some that need a little more energy and refocus. We have wiggle seats. I have rubber bands that go on the chair for the kids that need the extra stimulus and constant movement. Some students need to stand when they work. As long as they're not hurting anyone else, stand while you work. Get your job done. You might think better that way. I have file folders. We call them their office space, where they're able to set them up if they feel like they're being distracted by their peers and want to just zoom in on their work. That's always an option for them. I think those things are amazing as long as you've set a culture in your classroom and kids understand that not everybody is going to have a wiggle seat and not everybody will have the exercise chair. And the kids are they're good about it. It's just a normal part of our classroom where they'll go and grab whatever tool they need to be successful. I do a lot with social skills at the beginning of the year, trying to get the kids to be comfortable with each other and have empathy for one another. We spend a lot of time at the beginning of the year explaining what it's like to work in a team, how to be a good team player, what a good listener sounds like and does, and I would say because of that we're more effective at this point of the year.
And it is your responsibility to go to somebody who's sitting and say, will you work with me today? What are you going to say?
Will you work with me today?
Your response is going to be something like, sure I will. What are you going to say?
Sure I will.
I'm teaching them how to disagree with one another and that it's okay to disagree. We do a lot of encouraging for one another, so we do a lot of class cheers, singing and dancing, cheering for each other. We'll say, you're fantastic. Or we have a truck driver where they go, honk, honk, good job, good buddy. And they love cheering for and with one another. So it's just trying to, again, set a culture of respect and tolerance and encouraging one another. It's not a competition. And I feel like because of that, when somebody's making a mistake or struggling, they're never feeling like they can't ask for help. So I would say it encourages students who struggle with a question to ask a neighbor. So I really try to set up my classroom where I'm not always running it. I like to have my students take charge of some of the learning and help each other. I never pair my highest students with my lowest because research shows that that kind of frustrates both ends of the spectrum. So I try to do like a medium high with a low and then a medium low with a little higher student. When we're in school, we're really a family together, and sometimes we're going to disagree, and that's okay, but at the end of the day, we still have to be able to work together. So I think I really lay a foundation of respect and tolerance, and then from there, it just makes partnering with each other so much easier.
We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing.